your boy Nguyen in the house, back with another bang on video where, ladies and gentlemen, more news for you guys. Officially, the 2019-2020 Women's Super League, the WSL season, is to end with immediate effect, ladies and gentlemen. So, the winner and the promotion and the relegation and everything, who's the winner of this championship, I'm so sorry, the winner of the Premiership will be announced later. But for now, the season won't continue. Moving on, Ghana's head of football, Raul Sanyehi, has been holding talks with other club chiefs around Europe to test the waters ahead of the transfer window amid the coronavirus pandemic. Well, nobody knows how the market is going to settle when it does open and how much player transfer fees will fall by. One thing is for certain, clubs will be tied into contracts, and big money transfers are simply less likely to happen than in the last few decades. Well, it is speculated Arsenal are going to lose a hell lot of money if they don't get the all the spectators back or into the stadium to watch the match. German football expert Raphael Honigstein says there is a very strong chance Timo Werner will sign for Liverpool this summer. Well, he says it is understood that the German international is one of Jurgen Klopp's targets this summer, and Jurgen Klopp's target, actually, though Bayern Munich and Inter Milan have also been linked with the 24-year-old. Honigstein, who confirmed Klopp has held a virtual meeting with Werner in recent weeks, was talking to BT Sport when he laid out a new timeline for the proposed deal. The German football expert initially expected Werner to be announced as a Liverpool player in April or May, but says the financial uncertainty brought on by the coronavirus pandemic has put the deal on hold. Honigstein says, I think they're a bit hesitant to pull the trigger because they haven't quite figured out how much of a financial problem the coronavirus will present itself to football coming over the next month in the Premier League. I think he's waiting for the things to fall into shape, and it could be that the transfer window is much later than usual. This kind of deal would have been announced in April or May. This time it could be August or September, but I still think there's a very strong chance he'll end up at Liverpool. Moving on, well, the clubs are set to find out if the Premier League will resume in mid-June or not, because Manchester United and Tottenham are expected to be the clubs given the green light to play the Friday night game, which was postponed back in March. June 19th is the date being proposed after doubt was cast over whether June 12th would work. Either way, it'll be a Friday night game to kick us off, so let's see how that will turn out for people. Moving on, Scotland Mustafi wants to know he's good and wants you to know he's good, and don't forget the sunscreen part. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the image, and you guys would like it. But here's the biggest news that you guys are actually willing to listen to. Bukayo Saka, did he just sign a new contract? Because this is what he posted on Instagram. So I think he's made up his mind, and I think after a long speculation of 2 to 3 months, I believe he'll be signing a new contract, a bumper offer definitely, and a permanent winger role in the future for Arsenal. Moving on, there's absolutely no integrity whatsoever in using a mathematical formula to expel a club from the EFL. Stevenage chairman Phil Wallace has had his say on EFL plans for relegation from League Two using the points per game, and definitely he is not a fan of it. Moving on, Thomas Partey is keen to move to Arsenal, and only finances stand in the way of a potential move in the summer transfer window. Mikel Arteta is also a huge fan of the 26-year-old and has made him his priority. But in principle, Raul Sanyehi will initiate contacts with Coutinho's agent Kia Joorabchian in the coming days. Mikel Arteta is convinced the player can re-establish himself at the Premier League. Arsenal are willing to make great efforts to secure his signature. Well, it has been informed to us that Arsenal are confident that they are favourites to sign Ryan Fraser, with the Bournemouth winger set to be a free agent in the summer. Bakary Sagna, ladies and gentlemen, bigger news coming from Bakary Sagna, because on losing big games at Arsenal, he says, I believe we under-evaluated ourselves, maybe in our heads. They were bigger players than us. On the pitch, we had as much quality as they had whenever we played, and when we played the Arsenal way, nobody could beat us. And he says, I believe nobody could beat us. We used to play simple passes, 1-2 touches maximum, but I believe we under-evaluated ourselves, which is a big mistake in life. Unbelievable. I don't think so. Under-evaluating oneself was the message from Arsene Wenger, because if it was, I think that would be the manager's fault. But I think if it's a player's fault, I think talking about football as a whole, team effort, team game, I think one person is not responsible. I mean, one person can be stupid, but others have to cover up for that. Moving on, Jeremy Aladia says that Guendouzi is like his little brother, stating that the player took his advice to join Arsenal. Adds that he feels Guendouzi has matured as a player, but not enough as a human or a man. What? And this is something Arteta hasn't tolerated, because we know that Arteta and Guendouzi clashed in Dubai with the Spaniard unhappy with Guendouzi's attitude towards a training session, this has led him being left out of the Newcastle squad, and that's the biggest reason why Guendouzi won't make it into Arsenal. He cannot definitely break into the Arsenal 11 until and unless he makes amends with the manager, and that's exactly should happen because he's a brat, and if a youngster comes in and says to the gaffer that no, I'm not going to listen to you, some stupid, some stupid training session that you're putting up, I'm not happy with it. That ain't going to help me. So I think he does need a hairdryer treatment or definitely a reality check. Moving on, Real Madrid are set to sweep for Espanyol midfielder Marc Roca, a target for Mikel Arteta. The 23-year-old has been increasingly impressive for the La Liga side and would make a suitable addition to the Arsenal squad. Dani Ceballos, who is also owned by Real Madrid, is set to leave the Emirates at the end of the season, suggesting that Zinedine Zidane's squad could be overloaded with midfielders anyway. That might mean that Casemiro could leave Real to make way for Roca. If that's going to be happening or not, we have to see. Arsenal are interested in signing Brest midfielder Ibrahima Diallo. The 21-year-old has enjoyed a breakthrough season at the French club after joining from Monaco last summer. His performances have drawn comparisons to Chelsea star N'Golo Kanté, who has won 2 Premier League titles with 2 different teams in successive seasons. Moving on, Arsenal could offer Henrik Mkhitaryan to Roma in a bid to sign Justin Kluivert. Mkhitaryan is on a season-long loan with Serie A club, with the Gunners keen to offload the playmaker on the permanent deal. Arsenal boss Mikel Arteta has placed his faith in youth by playing Eddie Nketiah and Bukayo Saka this season. Well, Arsenal midfielder Henrik Mkhitaryan has spoken about his future plans. He says, I do not have a lot of time left until the end of my football career, but I'm pretty sure that I'm doing my best to achieve more. At the end of your football career, everyone will remember what you have done for the club, what titles you have won. It's very important to leave a positive note by winning a trophy or doing something good for the club. I always have a dream to play in the best European championships and the best European clubs, and I've fulfilled my dream. I'm working hard, and I've fulfilled and mixing my talent with hard work. It's not always easy, but sometimes you must make a sacrifice. Well, Arsenal have held talks over a potential transfer deal for Barcelona flop Felipe Coutinho, but they have to set certain key conditions for the move to go through. Well, the problem is, Arsenal are only willing to take Coutinho on loan rather than pay something in the region of £70 million to sign him permanently. And on top of that, Gunners would require Barcelona to continue paying a substantial chunk of the 27-year-old's $250k a week wages, which is currently well outside of the price range. It has been claimed that Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta is a big fan of Coutinho, but it is understood that he's not the Spaniard's only target for that area of the pitch to replace Mesut Ozil in the number 10 role. Well, moving on. Well, it looks like another bigger news coming up your way because Arsenal have already contacted the Barcelona players' entourage, and Mikel Arteta likes Coutinho very much. The English club's idea is only a loan move, and they are not considering meeting Barcelona's 90 million euros demand for Coutinho because you see, if Barcelona play him, in any part of the season or probably the next season, they are liable to pay Liverpool a performance bonus for playing Coutinho for at least 100 games, and that I don't remember perfectly if it's 100 games or not, but they're liable to pay Liverpool an extra chunk of money, which definitely they don't want to pay. So probably they would want to loan out him to a different club. So if that's happening, let's see. Well, these were the news of the day. I hope you enjoyed whatever came your way. All the views and news and everything about Arsenal comes on this platform every single day, twice. So what you got to do is subscribe, hit that bell icon, because when you do that, you get 2 videos about Arsenal every single day. And don't forget to subscribe. We are in a rush to reach 5,000 subscribers as soon as possible, because when you do that, our channel keeps on growing and we get into recommendations of YouTube to a lot of Arsenal fans. So if your friends are Arsenal fans, share the link of this video with your friends so that they also watch and they also get all the enlightenment about Arsenal's latest news, views, and everything that you would want to listen about Arsenal. I will see you in my next video. Until then, cheers, and don't forget to subscribe.